from the KLOS Subaru live stage, it's Jonesy's Jukebox on 95.5 KLOS.
That's right, you're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Linda Perry.
Thank you, Jonesy.
How are you?
I'm trying to put my radio voice on. I'm really good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, great.
I almost feel like there's a pubic hair on your
Go on then.
thing. No, it's right here. Just pulling it off.
Get there.
I think it's just your gray hair. There you
Disgusting. So what's going on, man? You just got back from South by Southwest.
Yes, I have a company called We Are Here, and my partner is Carrie Brown, and we are a label. We're a publishing company. We manage Dorothy. We have songwriters, producers. It's actually a really awesome thing. We just started last year, and in a year we've really done incredible things. So it's been we had a showcase out there.
And you produced Dorothy's album.
I produced Dorothy's record, and she's on Rock Nation. It's an amazing record. I'm super excited about it. It's really cool because, great, thank you. Dorothy, what people know of her, it's like she's got this like bluesy, kind of hard, kind of like it's almost, I was calling it over glorified bar music, like it's just like, It's got that stomp and she's on 11. And so on this one, like when I met with her and we talked, I just noticed so much more depth in her. And I said, why don't we go on a journey on this album? And she was going through some things, and so the album has a very desert rock, southern rock, classic rock, a little alternative. It's kind of all over the place, but it glues in because the songs are really tight and her voice is insane. So and we recorded it. I put the band in a rehearsal studio, and we wrote all the songs in the rehearsal room. Then we did pre-production. They learned, everything, learned out all the parts, and then we went into the recording studio, and that was done live.
So did it take 28 days?
It did.
Is that why it's called
28
days in the valley?
Yeah, in the valley. And my studio's in the valley.
Of course. Dorothy's going to be performing a couple of songs live in a little bit, which we're looking forward to. So you was the keynote speaker at South by Southwest. Yes,
me and my partner Carrie Brown.
In that big room, right?
In the big room, yeah. It was kind of, originally we were supposed to be on a panel, and then I guess the response was, pretty good, and they decided that we could carry it on our own. And I was talking to Mark just earlier, just saying that it was interesting because so many people came up to us about like everything we were saying about how to break a new artist today and what it's like to run a label. And we were just saying pretty fundamental things about like more 70s driven, more old school mentality, more about supporting your artists, developing them, helping them with their vision. And so many kids came up to us as like, oh, that is amazing. And we're like, God, it's like what we're saying is not that new, but again, it actually is a new way to look at, making music. Like, go in the rehearsal room and write songs first, and don't spend thousands and thousands of dollars in the studio to write an album. Oh, that's crazy. That's so weird. That's so cool. It's like, that's smart. It's not cool. It's just the way it should be done.
Do you think that there's ways to make some dough then these days? Obviously people want to get paid.
Jonesy,
you want to do what you like doing.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do it for nothing.
Yeah, no, agreed. I think we're in an area right now where, believe it or not, this week 4,000 CDs are going to be released. 4,000 CDs a week. New digital albums are coming out
from different artists. 4,000.
4,000 a week. That's a lot. That's a lot of albums coming out. So the space is getting. And let's go ahead and just say maybe. I'm not trying to be a dick when I say this, but maybe 50 of them are good.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's always the way.
Yeah. Right. So there's a lot in the way of getting to those 50. So a lot of space gets occupied.
Yeah.
So right now I think we're in a place where we're trying to simplify the labels don't know what they're doing, so they're just going, like quiet, kind of, And there's indies like, my company, We Are Here, and there's a handful of others that are trying to, when we bring something that has purpose and it's good, we're not going to cloud, the airways or the stream, with a bunch of stuff that really shouldn't even be there. And again, me and Mark were talking about, like, I have kids that come up to me that, they're like, I just spent $15,000 on my demo. And they'll go, well, I want to hear this $15,000 demo. And they play it to me and I want to cry.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm so sorry. I would have never taken your money. You're not ready to spend $15,000 on a demo.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the same as the acting thing, though, right? All these kids go to these acting schools, spend thousands and thousands of dollars, and someone's just taking advantage of them.
Yeah,
Really?
I think the business of entertainment is we know that when we go in. I mean, if anybody doesn't think that people are going to try to take advantage of you or bully you in some way, then there's a bigger problem, so I think what we have to do as individuals, as artists, as true artists, we just have to stand strong to what we believe in, and the labels in the entertainment field, there's a field with a bunch of bullies that are just going to push and push and push you until you start, bending exactly the way they want you to. And then when you start doing what they want you to do, they have no idea what to do with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we don't bend. We just don't bend, especially if you're a true artist with a statement. You just never bend. You never bend unless you yourself want to do so. But it's very complicated because we have to be tough.
Mm. Why do you think? You can clap if you want. Why do you think labels? Why do you think you need labels if you just put your stuff straight on iTunes? Because there's no packaging. There's no, there's no distribution.
I feel like right now regarding that. It's going to go back to what I just said. There's rock stars, like Dorothy. She needs support because she's going to be huge. And then there's, Joe Schmo that, got on GarageBand and,
right.
But because they can, we can, you and I can make a CD right now and we can get it out on the airwaves tomorrow. You know what I mean? Not airwaves, but the stream it.
Yeah.
It's like, but there's that. There's a bunch of non-rock stars running around right now. And the true rock stars need that support because I know what it's like in the game. Once you get up there, there's a lot that happens. There's a lot going on. It's not an easy gig by far. I mean, it's not glamorous the way everybody thinks, but it is, because what happens is you're in your passion, you're in your moment. You get to get on stage and you get to sing out your soul and your emotions. That's your therapy, right? But there's a lot that you have to put up with. So you need that support. Now, do we need a major label? No, we don't. But do we need a great support system? Absolutely, 100%. But if you're not a star, I don't want you knocking on my door, and I'll tell you right away, I know what a star is. That person is 24/7 that. I know when someone's clocking in, and I don't have time for clock-ins.
Yeah. Well said.
9-to-5ers, should I say. There's lifers. I'm a lifer. You're a lifer. Dorothy's a lifer.
And then there's Instagrammers.
There's Instagrammers. And there's 9-to-5ers that have their plan B, C, D, E, F, N, G.
Yeah. Well, let's play some music. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Linda Perry. We're going to have Dorothy up when we come out of a few songs. Hey! You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Linda Perry and Dorothy.
Yeah!
How are you, Dorothy?
Excellent. Really good.
You looking forward to doing a couple of songs for us?
Absolutely. Yeah!
Someone's excited.
Yeah. He's awesome.
So how's it going?
It's going well. We just got back from South by Southwest.
Did you play there? Did you do a
We
show there?
did, we did. We did the We Are Here showcase with Linda and at the Townsend. And we actually played the Parish on we just got off a tour as well. We just got off the first, introduction of the Freedom Tour. And so we did all the major markets in the United States. We played the Parish in Austin, and then we did Dallas, Houston, and we came back and finished at South by.
What kind of size places were they, like clubs?
And small theaters. We did the House of Blues. We played the Fonda. We started the whole tour here in LA.
Yeah.
And we did the Fonda, and it was awesome.
You like being on the road?
I do.
Yeah.
I have a great band. They're so fun.
And did you we were talking to Linda about doing when you did your record? What was that like?
It was like I was leaving behind a bunch of baggage.
Yeah.
And getting to write with her and write with the band was such an honor. And it was very.
Somehow we did it in the rehearsal.
Yeah, we did pre-production, old school style. Everything you hear on the record are.
I wasn't trying to talk. I was trying to remind her.
It's okay.
No crosstalk.
Crosstalk.
So you didn't know any other way of recording?
I did. The first record I did was done in a bedroom, and we sampled a lot of stuff and fake drums. Not that it has its time and its place, and I'm glad I got to evolve to where we are now. Everything you hear on the record is a real instrument.
Amazing.
And live, so we recorded it with the band live, and I was in the vocal booth singing the goddess den, we called it, because she put like cactuses and twinkle lights. And it was very sweet.
You gotta have twinkle lights.
You gotta have the
You
mood.
gotta have twinkle lights when you're
And
singing.
Palo Santo and sage.
It's probably it's definitely more expensive doing it old school, right?
I actually think it's cheaper to do it that way because right now you got kids going in so if say somebody gets signed right now, I'll get a phone call like, hey, will you work with my artist? They're gonna start their album and they need to write and they need to produce whatever. So they'll come in, and so right now they're clocking in my studio time, the rate, and we could, luckily I'm fast, so with me it's actually cheaper, but
It's very fast.
majority of producers, it takes them a week to do one song, so you got 5 days, at $3,500 a day, plus their time, everybody else, and at the end of the week you got one song. When we did rehearsal, it's like we just were in the rehearsal room, $250 a day for a rehearsal place, the band, everybody's in there, you're working out all the details, and so your time in the studio is actually less because now you worked out all the stuff and you get in the studio. Now we're just recording, we're in performance mode, not thinking about what we need to do or writing mode. It's just like all those things were done already, and that's where the money gets stacked up.
So did you already have a bunch of songs before you rehearsed?
I did. I was working with a bunch of different producers trying to figure out what this next record was going to be like, and somehow we had stayed in touch because we wrote a few songs together almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, how you doing, kid? And I was like, just wondering what's going to happen with my career. So she's like, we started talking, and it just turned out to her making an album with us, and I'm just so grateful.
To the moon, baby, to the moon.
So you're gonna carry on playing now?
Yeah.
You got another tour? What's going on?
We have some offers. Yeah.
To do a tour?
We
Yeah,
want to take it. We want to go international. We'd love that.
The record just came out on Friday the 16th, and the
Wanna wait a
Flawless,
little while?
it's 28 Days in the Valley, and on Rock Nation, and she just was on tour for 2 or 3 months, was a total of that. Then the single is Flawless that you guys are pumping out, and other radio stations have been adding across the country. The video is awesome. If you guys haven't seen the video, please go look at the video. It's so good. And we're getting her on more festivals and a big tour, and we just started, so
We're playing Arroyo Seco.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as like everything else that's changed, obviously MTV is gone as far as breaking bands or whatever. So, What do you look at now? Like YouTube? Is that like the main source of getting a video seen?
Vivo, YouTube,
Yeah,
posting clips on Instagram.
I think the video really is just an addition to kind of market the artist at this point, where videos on MTV was really about breaking. The video now is about just an extra tool for people to grab an asset and hold on to and go, oh yeah, that's great. And so social media, you know, like what we're doing is we are very old school thinking, but we're just using the new school distribution outlets and social and, you know, and it's very important to keep, you know, those things up, like your Instagram, YouTube, Vivo, whatever people's fancy is, and you just kind of keep the story brewing, because right now that is the way to introduce a new artist and keep it going.
Like when you were saying, like, we want to go back to like 70s, obviously 70s, there was only so many bands and you could had way more time to focus on that one band that you were attracted to. Now there's 10 million things going on in your head all at once. How do you think you filter through? You know what I mean? How do you get seen when there's so much going on? And I don't just mean music. I mean, you know, if you're on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, there's so much stuff. How do you get noticed?
Well, go ahead.
Did I put you on the spot? I'm
You can
sorry.
buy followers like a lot of people do.
Do they?
Yeah, they total buy followers, but
How much?
Or you can just put out really good music.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that the music speaks for itself, and when it's genuine and authentic and it comes from your heart and it just resonates with people, the people make it happen because they, you know, they spread the word.
It helps to get a song in a movie or something.
Yeah,
that
that's
has
true.
that has a big push.
But honestly, I mean, this is probably going to sound really cheesy, but you know, to me, the ones that have the sparkle, the glow, the shine, the rock stars, the true ones like this one, they just find a way. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Dorothy, since I've met Dorothy, this girl has manifested so many things. And a rock star isn't just a great performer on stage. It's not just a person who writes good songs. A rock star is motivated. They're driven. They have a thing. There's something special. There's a reason why people wanted to hang out with Jesus. It wasn't because he was God's son. It was like Jesus dressed differently. He had long hair. He said different things. I know I just jumped gun, but meaning it's just like there's the things about people that you just gravitate towards. There's just different types of energies that we just go for, and then you just watch them shine. And Dorothy, to me, is 100% the real deal. And as far as getting through all this stuff, the clutter, you know, that we were talking about before, she will, you know, because she is going to shine right through all that. And people are going to know that she's authentic, and she's got a great support system. Now, she could be Bob Dylan right now or Robert Plant, and if she doesn't have the good support system, no one's going to hear her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, anyways. Note to self.
Well, good luck, Dorothy.
Thank you.
We're going to play some music. When we come back, you're going to be doing a couple of songs for us.
Yeah.
And I hear you're going to do one of my favourite Led Zeppelin songs.
Oh,
Oh, you don't know yet?
Oh no, the
no,
band
that's
talks.
a surprise for
Okay.
everybody. But thanks for
Thanks.
ruining the surprise.
Oh, was it a
Jonesy.
surprise?
Great.
I didn't know. You
Thank
didn't tell
you.
me it was a bloody
Never mind.
surprise.
That's not happening.
No,
it's
you can't
not
back out
happening.
now.
No,
I'm
we
going
hate
to do.
We hate Led
I'm
Zeppelin.
doing Heat Waves, always and forever.
We're here with Linda Perry and Dorothy. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. When we come back, we'll be doing some live music. Thank you. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dorothy.
You said you loved me, but you threw me out in the garbage. And now I'm starting to stink, but everybody thinks I'm flawless. They listen to me, I can't be what you want me to. I just came like this, I'm already black and blue. You said you loved me, but you threw my life on the sidewalk. You like it when I fall and you laugh when I run into the wall. You gave nothing, I put my heart out on the table. I wasn't always willing, but baby, I was always able. Yeah. Slipping into some kind of feeling, got me believing. Coming out of all of the darkness, now that I'm flawless. You said I was the one, but you married someone half your age. She's a groupie ex-girlfriend with a nasty face. And you said you never go back to an old flame. Well, it's gonna make you sick when everybody hears my pain. Yeah, yeah, oh, slipping into some kind of feeling, got me believing. Hey, hey, yeah, coming out of all of the darkness. Oh, you know that I'm flawless. You know that I am. Can you feel it? Yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah. Baby, can you feel it? Yeah. Baby, can you feel it? Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Slipping into some kind of feeling, got me believing. Hey, hey, hey. Coming out of all the darkness. Oh, you know that I'm flawless. freedom. Yeah, I got freedom on my mind. Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, freedom.
How about that? How about that? Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
That was Dorothy. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox. Shovel's got something.
Yeah, we want to thank our sponsors. Border Grill brought the food for everybody. That was really good, wasn't it? Also, Hint Water, ABK Beers, Graffiti Wine, for all the beverages. And, of course, Subaru, our presenting sponsor for our Subaru live stage here. Now, let's thank Linda Perry for coming and Dorothy as well.
Give it up for the band.
The performance is going to continue here on the Subaru live stage. It's going to be recorded. We're going to play that back Sunday night, 8 p.m. on Check 1 2.
We're going to visit the Duke.